Hunter Pence joins us now. Hunter, you were once upon a time a free agent. If radio hosts in a certain town had gone to your hometown, sent you videos about it, and told you, my gosh, we want you more than anything, what would that have done for you and your free agent decision?
I mean no offense to you whatsoever in this regard, but it might have scared me a little bit, to be honest with you. I don't even, any extra, stalking, no, but I think the love and the support and the energy, with Judge being from here and growing up kind of, a Giants fan, I think that there's definitely a huge case and there's a lot of stars that align and make sense there.
So if we went to his childhood home and maybe broke into his bedroom and, tried to live out a day in the life of Aaron Judge as a youngster, you're saying that wouldn't work for you, Hunter?
I think that adds to, definitely more wanting to be there. Yeah, I'd love for that.
You know what, though? Nobody other than you knows more about sort of, just kind of being injected with that San Francisco blood at a certain point in your career. You've ended up living it. It's become a big part of life for you and Lexi. What would you say to Aaron about that same idea?
Listen, for this opportunity, obviously, like the Giants fan base in general is just overwhelmingly supportive. It's one of the best stadiums to play at. Day in and day out, the energy, the creativity, the fun. It's literally one of the most fun, easygoing. Obviously, the Giants fans want to win, but they love to support, love to love on their team, their members. You're gonna get, no matter where you play, you're in the big league level. But I've never had such a fan base of support, of belief, of faith, of fun than the Giants Nation in that stadium, and our broadcasters are amazing. It really is just a historic franchise. It's committed to success. I think there's so many opportunities to succeed here. I think one of the best things that the Giants could do if they want to sign Aaron Judge, obviously, is you got to pay him. But B, we need to pick up, a couple big pitchers as well. You got a young core and a group of players that are really fun to play with. Logan Webb, I think, is extraordinarily, this young pitcher that's growing into an ace. It's going to be having some big postseason moments and leading this charge. But, you need to add a Justin Verlander, a DeGrom, a couple of these bullpen arms, a Rafael Montero on top of, obviously you got Brandon Crawford who's leading the charge in the clubhouse. And, you got your Austin Slaters. Hopefully, everything works out, him coming back. But that group of players and that passion, that drive, and that fire, and obviously if, Andrew Bailey's back, the pitching staff is pretty amazing as well.
Do you think that's the direction the Giants need to go, Hunter? Because the Dodgers have so many bats, and San Diego is loaded for bear on the hitting side. Do the Giants need to go back to the even year magic of pitching and defense in order to compete in this division?
I mean, I am a huge fan of pitching and defense. I think that our defense needs to be the first thing that needs to improve because you want, if you have the good arms, you got to play defense behind them. And I think we witnessed, what the Astros were able to do was pitching and defense. And obviously you can have good at-bats, and they were able to score runs as well. You don't turn away an Aaron Judge, or, that's like the Yordan Alvarez and all up and down that lineup. But, there's a Michael Brantley out there that's going to be a good DH. There's just, I was looking over a lot of these, opportunities and things that you can bring in. But for me, you need to sew up starting pitching, and I think, if you look at even like Alex Cobb's numbers, if they played average defense behind him, he was in, somewhat of a Cy Young type season. So get some defense, get some athleticism, and Judge brings that, by the way, but add a couple pitchers, and, you're looking at, getting back an Alex Cobb, getting back, Logan Webb, and I think I'm drawing a blank of the name of our other pitcher who hurt his ankle really badly.
Alex Wood?
From the Reds.
DeSclafani, we got
DeSclafani, yes. And you get him back healthy. I think we definitely have a lot of things to be excited about with a couple of additions.
Hunter Pence with us here on Willard and Dibs, live in Linden. It is Judgment Day here on 95.7 The Game. Hunter, maybe you could speak to that, because we're all from the Bay Area, and therefore we think, boy, the idea of playing for the Giants, what could beat that? But when you're in the big leagues, a brand like the Yankees, what's on the line there? What goes through a player's mind on the idea of leaving something like that, you think?
You know, I haven't ever played for the Yankees, and I know that they're a first-class organization. They take care of their players. And everyone is different. Everyone is, there's different strokes for different folks in general. And I just know, from my perspective, when I was playing, like, whenever I came to San Francisco, and I was a young kid from Texas, and I always was just fascinated with the energy and the passion and how good the fans were at being hard on you, how crazy the atmosphere was, how beautiful the stadium was. Now, as far as offensive, and I think they've changed it a little bit. They've changed the wind tunnels, and I think there used to be wind walls. I knew that offensively it was, going to hurt your numbers. So, it was a very difficult park to hit in. But I love the fact that the games came down to the little details when it was that pitcher-friendly ballpark. It was run the bases right, play solid defense, and it's going to be tight games and doing little things right. So the purist of baseball and me love the fan atmosphere, the beauty of the stadium, and the challenge of the hitting. But now it's a little bit more of a hitters-friendly park. They've brought some things in. They've changed the way the wind works. So that, I think, brings where more hitters would want to come here. But for me, I also love the freedom and the wildness of the fans. I love that you can have a beard, that you can be yourself, that's embraced here, that they like, let Timmy smoke, let Pablo eat, let Hunter be weird, those kinds of things. It's a fun, creative atmosphere that is enticing for, and especially a kid that grew up here. He understands the fan base and how much they love the team and support the team.
And how much of the support you got from the fan base plays into a decision like the one Aaron Judge has? Because Judge got booed when he turned down the contract in April. He got booed after a record-setting year in October for some postseason failure. How much for you as a former pro does that weigh on you in terms of comfortability?
I mean, it's just quality of life in general. It's you want to give your best, but being, I don't know, just controlled in that way or dictated by that, it's not a fun atmosphere to be in. It's not fun to put up a historic season and, things, even it was hitting homers in the postseason. The thing wasn't over. The series wasn't over. It's just, I don't know. It's hard. You can't please everyone. And obviously Yankees fans are Yankees fans. And when you win, and that buzz in that city it is electric, and it's something special. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's fun to also go and win for a city like that. It's a challenge, but I don't know. For me, the quality of life. I remember fans sometimes, and not saying that you judge fans, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Sometimes you deserve to get booed, and sometimes that's fun to be held to that standard every day. But I just remember losing a game in San Francisco, and some fans were clapping. They're like, "Hey, it's all right. You'll get them tomorrow. We love you." And I was just like, I want to be here for my career, and I just felt supported, and I wanted to fight for them harder. And I was like, man, to have someone say something like that, it just I literally it became part of my soul, the black and orange. And I was a kid who grew up in Texas, and I didn't grow up a Giants fan. But I was like, I will fight for this fan base, and it definitely lifted me up.
Hunter Pence with us here, 95.7 The Game, Willard and Dibs. Hunter, you're sitting there talking about pitching and defense so much, and I get how much that means to a team. So therefore, why are we not having a bigger conversation about Carlos Rodon? Is the 5 years that he's probably going to get worthy of scaring the Giants off?
I don't know all of the ins and outs of that, but I know that I was screaming it from the mountaintops, and people were saying at the trade deadline, trade Rodon, and I was fighting hard to keep him and add on. I don't know if I'm obviously Farhan I believe in with all my heart, but staying neutral, I think you need to be either buy or sell, because you could have definitely gotten something, and Rodon should have been pitching in the postseason. If we bought, you got to believe we made the postseason, and if we sold, he was going to a team that was going to the postseason. I think there's a lot of arms out there, and you got to make your decisions based on, a broader scheme of, how expensive he's going to be, because he's probably the best arm on the market. Obviously there's DeGrom and there's Verlander now. There's Kershaw as well. So I do think that us as the Giants, if we lose Rodon, yeah, we're getting DeScalfani back, but we need to add another big arm beside Webb and Cobb. And, there's a couple of them out there. If we're looking to win, you need to have a Carlos Rodon, a Jacob DeGrom, a Justin Verlander, Clayton Kershaw. That'd be hard to believe that we're going to be able to get him, but I would take him. We need one of those big power arms. And I know, yes, Judge would be exciting. Yes, one of these great shortstops, like, for me, Carlos Correa is someone who is known to lead, is known to get into the postseason, puts up great numbers, plays extraordinary defense. Obviously, you have Crawford, and he belongs at short as long as he can. But those are the things like I look at as the baseball guy is like, we need that big arm. We also need some, add a couple bullpen veterans because we have some young talented arms, and let's fight the good fight with pitching and defense and see what offense we can get. There's also a Donovan Solano who battled injuries that we know Donnie Barrels can do some magical things, and we definitely missed that bat in the lineup this year.
We heard a secondary voice in the background. What's the dog situation? What's the pup's name? And what's the breed? Give us some background on your furry friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. She's just protecting the house, making sure, that's in their nature, and making sure we're not getting slaughtered here in the den. But her name is Foxy. She's ferocious. She's vicious. You can follow her at Let's Get Foxy. We love her to death, and me and Lex, yeah. So Foxy, she's a little Cavalier Maltese poodle, and she's the best.
Wait, you said she's got her own social media handle?
Yeah, Let's Get Foxy.
Let's Get Foxy. So I know,
on all the platforms.
I know your wife said let's get Lexi. Yeah, let's get Foxy. I'm following that right now.
Yes, indeed. I'm definitely. When I was playing, I didn't want a dog because you're traveling too much, and I was like, but finally Lexi won, and I'm the ultimate dog person now. I love this dog more than anything. Fills my heart with so much joy. I'm like, now I love all dogs. Like, I didn't understand how impactful they are, but yeah, huge dog person, huge pitching and defense guy. There you have it.
There it is.
That sounds like a Tinder profile right there. My name's Hunter. I like dogs and pitching and defense.
Let's Get Foxy. Well, it was a couple of days ago.
The beach, pitching and defense.
There it is. It was a couple of days ago here at the station. We said, let's get Hunter, and we're glad we did, man. Thanks for hopping on for a few.
Yeah, I hope I intrigued some of your interest, and let's get Judge here, and we'll take Rodon, DeGrom, and Verlander, and let's go down Candy Lane and win a World Series.
What a vacation that would be.
Hey, are they putting you in the pitch? Are you part of this?
And the what?
In the pitch,
the Judge pitch,
the free agent pitches.
No, they haven't allowed me to talk to anybody.
Okay.
I'll talk to Judge. He was nice to me at the All-Star game, man, yeah, that would be this city would go nuts, and it brings you back to the whole Bonds where we saw that with what Judge did last year and following every at bat. So what a spark he would be. So I hope we're able to bring him in.
Does that matter to a guy if like former players or even current players on the team are in the free agent room?
You know what? I think so. I think you would want to ask them a little bit about what it's like to play there. I think getting some of that insight. So if the Giants did ask me to call Aaron Judge, I'm pretty sure Buster's probably going to be talking to him, and that's probably enough as far as I'm concerned. So they got a lot of people that handle those things.
Hunter, great stuff, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, y'all.